National Park Nighthawk Baseball is on the Nighthawk Network, your official home for Nighthawk athletics this season. Our Ouachita Children, Youth and Family Services featured Nighthawk of the Week, Mr. Pedro Martinez. Pedro, welcome back to Nighthawk Nation. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm from Texas. I'm from Cleveland, Texas, and here I am. I'm on the baseball team at National Park. I got recruited by Dune a couple years ago. He's not here anymore with us, but he reached out to me on Twitter. A phone call was made, a visit was made, and then committed a couple weeks later, and here I am now for my second year, my sophomore year.
Rest is history. If you blinked, you missed it, right? Already into year number 2 with this squad after a building year last year for this team. Why was it important for you to make sure that you came back for another year, that sophomore year?
Yeah, my freshman year, I felt like I proved myself to the coaches. I kept working hard every day. I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to chase the guy in front of me and go get a spot. And, after talking with Rich and Coach Mark, I felt like I had a good opportunity to get a good playing time here and, be better than last year, go further than we did last year, have a comeback year, have, ups and downs happens, and hopefully we have an up this year. And, it was just more than getting to play, I had obviously I have friends on the team. I want to come back and play with the guys that I met, so.
When you look at this team, you see a team that's hungry. Obviously, the season didn't end the way you guys wanted it to last year, and so many of you came back to keep building, and you brought in some new faces from all across the country to help bolster this squad, make it better, and we really feel like the team's kind of hitting its stride right now. We've seen some really good things out of you guys. Obviously, you lead the team in RBI this season. We've seen you blast long balls, great defense out in the outfield, and when you talk about confidence, absolutely. You're an everyday player in this Nighthawk lineup. You're doing great things offensively, defensively, and whether it's hitting, base running, pitching, defense, it feels like a team that's putting it all together right now. What is it like in your shoes, from your perspective, to be a member of the Nighthawks this season?
It feels cool. I'm lucky to be an everyday player. In the left field is where I mainly play. But it feels good, getting to work with my guys every day, chasing that, because we all know that if all of it clicks together and we're on a roll that day, it's pretty hard to beat us, and we know it, and that's something great to have in our minds and have that confidence, going into each and every game, that we know if we all just click, we'll have it together for games to come, and we're hard to beat.
And of course, NJCAA Region 2 play already underway, one series down, and weren't able to get past UA Rich Mountain, but there were some things I think this team probably learned from those games in the series. What lessons are you guys taking from that as you get prepared for an even bigger series coming up with South Arkansas College?
Yeah, Rich Mountain was a tough one, everybody knows that, but we learn what we need to do, small things that we need to do, and it's good knowing what we did wrong, and we can fix that. We can go from there, and going to South Ark, obviously it's a big game. Everybody knows about South Ark and how deep they went last year and all that stuff in their season, but that was last year. It's this year, and so like I said, if we can all click and clean up the small things, the business will be taken care of.
Absolutely. And of course, you'll get the first game of the series home Thursday at Majestic Park. And we've had some big home crowds cheering you guys on this season. And just how important is that for you guys and your confidence level, the momentum that it builds going into these big games?
It's cool, seeing people in the stands and cheering us on, hearing your name, not even just my name, it feels good, but it feels good for the other guys having that support, it just takes more than just our dugout. It feels good. We show up for basketball, they show up for us, and all that stuff. And so it feels good. It feels like we're a community here at National Park, and we're all rooting for one another in athletics.
Absolutely. It's a Nighthawk family. Of course, men's basketball games, baseball is always there, filling up the student section. Everyone's there for each other, and you can feel that. You can see that here at NPC. Let's talk about goals, Pedro. Obviously, your second season with the Nighthawks. It'll also be your final season with the Nighthawks. What are you hoping to build for the future?
For myself, obviously everybody wants to play at the next level. Hopefully that's in God's plan that I go play somewhere, wherever that may be. Who knows? That's later down the road. But as a team, obviously everybody wants to go back to the regional tournament. And, not only to us to make the regional tournament, but excel in the regional tournament. And now it's one thing to get there, but it's another thing to succeed when you're there. And, and that's all of our goals. And, we work hard every day. So, I don't see why we couldn't do it. So why not us?
Pedro, what's a favorite moment, favorite memory that you've made with your guys so far in your Nighthawk career?
I felt as if when I hit my first Grand Slam, obviously it's a personal one, but I felt that kind of excelled our day because the game before we weren't playing well and we weren't clicking like we should be, and I felt like that brought the energy up for everybody, and it got the ball rolling. It was contagious. The energy was contagious, and it felt good knowing that I could bring all my guys up with me and not just for myself. And it was good for the team.
It's funny how one swing of the bat will do that, right? Swinging games, momentum's certainly a mental game, and we believe the best is yet to come for the Nighthawks this season. Still a lot of baseball left to be played this year and a lot of great games as well. Good luck to you and the guys the rest of the way.
Yes, sir.
And congratulations on the honor this week. Is there anybody that you'd like to say hello to who may be watching?
Hi to my family back home in Cleveland. Shout out to my brother. I wouldn't be here without my brother. Love him to death. That's my guy. That's my best friend.
Pedro Martinez of Nighthawk Baseball. You can follow the team online on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Special thank you to Ouachita Children, Youth, and Family Services, the sponsor for the featured Nighthawk of the Week. He's Pedro Martinez. I'm Mark Oliver, and this is Nighthawk Baseball on the Nighthawk Network.